live in the poker room, and I'm host Pakman James, and today my guest is Jassy Jae.
How you doing today?
Oh, nothing too much, Jazzy, on Martin Luther King Day, birthday.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. I still can't believe like all the stuff. I went to his memorial before. It's really nice. Y'all should visit his house and stuff.
We have to. What you thought about it?
I mean, the only thing I didn't like is that you can't take pictures in it. Somehow it messes up the memorabilia. I don't know. But we went in there and it was very much subtle. And just to see where he grew up at, like, it was very, like, a good time. You could just tell, like, old times was very much different from us. You could tell they spent a lot of time in a family room and stuff like that because of the way it was arranged and stuff like that. So he's a family man. You could tell.
Did you visit the place where he got shot in Memphis, the hotel?
No, I did visit his burial, though. He have a big memorial in Atlanta. It's pretty.
Okay.
It's, like, on top of the water and everything.
Okay, I bet it is. But tell the people about yourself. Give an introduction. Like, where's Jassy Jae from and how did it all start?
I tell everybody I'm from straight out my mama. But I was born in Opelousas, Louisiana. But I was raised in Lafayette. So, like, my mom and my dad split, so my mom came back home. My mom's from here.
Okay.
Went to Northside High. Go Vikings alumni, yes. Even though we trash now, but...
Class of what?
Class of 12. We just had our 10-year anniversary. 10 years.
Hey, same here.
Yeah, for real? Oh, look.
You guys make me feel old with the class of 12.
That's not old.
No, I'm class of 04.
My brother's 6, so y'all around the same age. He went to Northside, too. Let's see. I do a lot, y'all. So, I have I'm sorry, I'm getting blank. I have a juice company. I do T-shirts. I do marketing. I host my own showcase. I'm an artist, furthermost, and I do work a 9 to 5 as well. And I'm in school. Okay. So I do a lot.
You're very busy.
Yeah. And I have kids, so I'm a mom, too.
How do you find time to give each trade the proper time?
So I do stuff in bulk. So like if I have a new brand that comes out, like anything, because I do a lot of like shirts and short sets. So if I do that, I'll plan one day out the whole month to do like maybe 40 or 50 of them. Stock them up, pack them up, label them, tag them, bag them up. I have a juice company, so my juice company, it can stay frozen up to 6 months. So what I'll do is make a big batch, pour them all out, put them in the freezer, keep them frozen. When anybody order, I send them out. So I do a lot of stuff in bulk. I do record people around here as well on their free time. As usually on Mondays and Tuesdays, I record people.
Well, let's start with the clothing brand.
Okay.
Do you heat press, DTG, or silk screen printing?
Heat to garment. I do vinyl. I'm trying to get into screen printing. It's kind of hard. You know, I don't like to order. Ordering and screen printing is very high. You know, because you got to get it in bulk quantities to get a good enough deal for it, basically.
Right.
So you can't go be like, oh, I just want 10 pieces. 10 pieces will run you $300 quick. So I do a lot of vinyl, and I do it all myself. So I also have clothing brands that I work with, YMB, YBM, and Enough Said. Those are some good clothing brands. They from out here as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So
what does YMB and the other one stand for?
It's actually YBM. I said it wrong. Okay. It's Young Bread Members.
Okay.
The other one is Enough Said, and it kind of looked like the Virgin Mary.
Okay.
Symbol. It's very nice. He has a lot of good stuff. Shout out to Mac Maserati.
Okay.
He used to record me a lot. That was like the person who taught me how to record and everything. So shout out to him.
Shout out Mac Maserati. Now you mentioned that you do heat press. Is it DTF?
No, I think you're talking about when they print it and then put it onto the shirt.
Well, yep.
Yeah, no.
That's DTF.
I do cut and print. So basically, like
cut and sew.
No, cut and print. Like Cricut. Usually we use the Cricut, or you use I forgot the other machine name, but it's a big machine. Basically, it cuts the vinyl out for you, particularly to whatever brand you want. Or picture you put on there, and then you heat a garment, and it'll never come off. Basically, this is one of them right here. Say Trap Goddess.
I like it.
Yeah. So.
And when you wash it, how does it come back?
Oh, it's the same.
Okay.
Yeah, because I press it at about 365. It ain't coming out. Yeah, it's not coming out.
Okay. Speak on these juices. What kind of juices are they?
They're freshly made juices. Basically, different recipes that I went over time. It helped me lose a lot of weight. I fell into a deep depression in 2019, and I gained a lot of weight. Okay. I was like maybe roughly 185 before my depression, and then when I looked, I was 290 very quickly. And then COVID hit, and it got even worse. Got to a point where I started looking in the mirror. I was like, I don't like what I see, and then I had just started really doing my own music. And I was like, I want to change the way I look. I don't like this person. Like, this is not the person I am. I used to play 3 sports at a time, marching in the band and everything. I was very thin. So for me to go from that, people might say, oh, you just thick. I feel fat as hell sometimes, But being on the juices, it'll fill you up without giving you so much gain on your weight. So I drink 2 a day, and I have 1 meal a day. Meal is in the middle, so I can burn off the fat during the day. So with that, I got down to 222 pounds. So I'm roughly, lost like 80 pounds already.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I'm happy. And don't worry, because a bitch about to get snatched. I have my little surgery coming up. So.
I wish you'd have brought some of those juices with you.
I know. I wanted to bring some, but I was like, I don't know if they want me to bring it here.
Yeah. I certainly wanted you to bring them.
Yeah.
What are some of your some of your favorite flavors that you're doing?
I like Green Monster. A lot of people don't like that one, but I
like what's in it?
Oh, kale, apple, kiwi, pear.
Kale?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you make kale taste good?
It has honey in it. I don't know.
There you go.
I'm not gonna say every flavor is for everybody because me personally, my mom didn't let us have sugar as a kid. Like, I've never had a cavity in my life. Never had a filling, nothing. Okay. So...
Shout out to your mom.
She lied to me a lot of years in my life. Like, she used to take bananas and mush it and make it into ice cream. And we thought it was ice cream. She'll put it in a Bluebell container.
Oh, I love that.
She would take the grapes, peel them, put them on a lollipop stick, say they were lollipops. Like, she used to lie to us. But I'm not mad at it now.
Right. It's for your
because,
you're good.
Like, I can't even eat candy. Like, I'll probably try chocolate a little bit or maybe some gummies. But I can't eat candy. It's too sugary for me. So... When I gave my friends some of my juices. I give them shots to try out and see which ones they like. The favorite is mango pineapple, of course. Everybody loves mango pineapple. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just a fruity thing. I don't know. That's their favorite. But Green Monster, it helps you shred a lot of weight. I'm going to say that. It has a lot in it that's going to push everything out. That's all I'm going to say.
So you putting like proteins in there? Or
no proteins, just water, honey, and fruit and vegetables. That's it. It's nothing else. And then.
But it fills you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the way I store it is you could freeze it up to 6 months. I date them, put my labels on it, and then I freeze them in my deep freeze. And when everybody wants to order, whatever, and then I just keep rotating as I need to for the dates and stuff like that.
So do you have like a page for it, or how are you promoting it?
I have a website, but currently I am rebooting it. I have promoted it on TikTok. A lot of women have asked me about it, so I have shipped like out of the state and stuff like that. I trip with dry ice. And one of the girls told me, she said, oh my gosh, she was like, I don't be hungry. I was like, I know. She was like, it's like a little snack. Like all the time, she's like, I drink them. She said, and I feel so full. She said, I done lost 30 pounds off of it. I'm so happy. So she be ordering with me all the time. That's one of my favorite clients. Shout out to Rhea.
Do you give discounts, like promo codes?
Yeah. I tell her all the time because she orders so much with me. And then I do bundles too. So like you can get like, I think it's like 4 of them for $20 instead of paying $8 for each, or you can get the small shot ones. I do that for like $6 because they small. They like 2 ounces, for about $5-6. And then I have sample shots. Man, he pays me every time for them, but he don't have to. I'll be telling him, I'm like, I'll give you little free samples. It don't have to be nothing major. But yeah, I love what I do. I do a lot of things, but I promote things that I wear. I promote things that I do in my personal life because I feel like I'm dedicated more to that. Okay. I don't want to do something just to be like, oh, I'm trying to make money. It's not about the money. It's just like seeing another person enjoy your stuff or seeing another person have the same experience as you is more for me.
All right. Your first EP was Appetizer.
Yes.
It was 4 tracks.
It sure was.
Then you had your next EP was Legacy. Right. How did you come up with the play of words on that?
So let's talk about Appetizer. Okay, so I have a good friend named Jaslyn. He's a dude. He does a lot of music. He's been doing music with me for a while because we used to play in band together. he used to tell me all the time, you know, you need to get back into music. But I used to never do it because a lot of people around me was like, don't do that. You don't need to do that, this, that, and the third. I was always listening to other people. And he was one person, like, that was like, you need to do it. Like, I remember you used to freestyle with us, and you was always beating the dudes out. Like, you need to really start writing and putting that in a thing. So I was like, okay, I'm going to give it a shot. I said, I'm going to try to write something. I'm going to bring it to you or whatever. And I think I wrote 24. It's one of the worst songs ever. I don't care what nobody says, it's one of the worst songs, but it came from my heart, you know?
It was heartfelt.
Yeah, it was heartfelt. But when I knew I could rap was when I made Thick Fine. Like, I had girls that I knew. It wasn't the best quality of music. Like, you could tell I had y'all, if y'all knew where I was recording at, you would understand how much the come up is. Like, I was recording in an outhouse full of wasps, bees, ants, no air in the middle of the summer, spending 6-7 hours trying to just record 4 songs. Like, you know, so it was just like,
I remember those days.
Man, and like as much as we tried to make the situation better, we just couldn't, you know, so I just dealt with what I could deal with. When Thick Fine came out and like I had 2 of my friends listening to it, she was like, oh my God, you know, I like this. But I kept telling her, like, it's a great song. It really is. But it's not my favorite song because I'm more of a storyteller. I like storytelling. I like trap music. Of course you gonna put it on. But I love trap music. It's just something that's always been in me. My brother and them, we grew up on it.
Right. All of us.
Yeah.
Hustling in Harmony Showcase.
Yes.
How did you come up with the title, and what inspired you to start doing your own showcase?
Okay, so let's go with, it wasn't always Hustling in Harmony. It was Hustling in Hills.
Okay.
Yeah, it started out as Hustling in Hills. I used to say that all the time, and I had shirts, like, it had a little hill on it, it had Hustling Hill. I wear it everywhere. My friends would wear it when we would go to shows and everything. And not to be mean to anybody or any artist or anything, but I've always had more male friends than females. It's never been, I don't know why. Me and girls don't get along. I've only have 2 female friends in this world, and that's about it.
You're not the first woman to say that.
Yeah,
they all kind of say that.
I try my best, but even like with some of the girls I've been friends with, I'll go to their house and say that their boyfriend or their man is there. Like, he'll talk to me. Like, we'll talk, like, have a regular, and she'll get just mad. She'll be like, why you just have a, I'm like, we all just people. Like, but I changed it to that. I actually started working with Mac after I started. I used to work with NJ as well.
Okay,
and
Dreams?
Yeah.
Shout out to NJ.
Yeah. He did a lot of my good stuff, too. He did Ride. That's one of my favorites, too. So
we're going to get to Ride.
Yeah. So I went to Mac, and I was like, man, I want to promote this brand, but it's like, it's kind of hard because, like, dudes there ain't no dude going to wear no heels, and, you know, unless he dipping, you know?
Right.
So I was like, I don't think that's going to be like a name I stick with. It's just something to start off with.
Right.
So he was like, you'll get it. And I remember arguing with somebody, not nothing bad, but just on a disagreement on what we had.
Debate.
Yeah, on something. And I was like, man, that's what's wrong with everybody. Like, nobody want to be harmonized around Lafayette. Everybody want to be on their own wave. I said, we got so many good artists out here. I was like, if we would just come together in harmony, we would set it off and we'd be the next city. I said, because Baton Rouge taking over right now. I said, we'd be the next city that's taking over in Louisiana. But y'all be playing around trying to go back and forth and be, you know, tit for tat with people. And so I was like, man, I said, I just hate that. And then, like, for some reason, I was like, man, I just be wanting to hustle in harmony with y'all. Like, I want to make the money in harmony with y'all. And and Mac looked at me and he was like, that's it. I was like, what you mean? He was like, that's the name. You keep saying, make that a name. So I went and I did, you know, I did a little whatever. I was like, hustling in harmony. Yeah, like, that's my goal. Like, if I ever do get signed or if I ever get my own label, like I really want to, you know, I'm going to put a lot of people on out here that I know. A lot. They don't know, and I'm not saying no names either, but a lot going to get what they deserve.
Oh, already?
Yeah.
Now, you just spoke on, you said Baton Rouge was the next city.
Yeah.
What year that was when you was having that discussion? Because me, honestly, I don't think Baton Rouge
like
is still the next city.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying they took over from New Orleans. Because at one time, New Orleans was more popping. They had Wayne, Baby, all them people coming out of New Orleans. I mean, the latest artist that came out of New Orleans was with Rob 49, and not to be mean to him, but I don't really jam him. You know what I'm saying? He on that drill stuff. I don't listen to a lot of drill music.
You think he's a drill rapper?
He don't sound like a... I would put him in the middle. I'm gonna give him the middle.
Yeah,
I go both.
Rapper.
Yeah, I'll go either way because he do like to mess with that area a little bit, as you can tell. But I mean, if he want to say he just, whatever, that's his business. I don't like to speak on people's craft either.
Right. True artist.
Yeah, I don't like doing that.
How was winning first place at the Coast to Coast Showcase?
Big facts. It was my first ever performance. First ever competition, first ever everything, Like, I had just finally got I think Legacy had just dropped. Yeah, Legacy had just dropped because I performed Talking Crazy, which wasn't my favorite song either. But it won me the showcase, and the man told me just like this, like when I got on stage, the one thing he told me was, he said, I'm not going to sit here and say your song was the best song I ever heard. Because he said you could tell the quality is a little different, He said, but what I'm going to say is you sold it to the audience. He said they wasn't doing anything. He said you made them attract to you. You made them, come into your music and into your world. And he said that's the kind of artists most labels are looking for. People who can pull people in, draw them in.
Right.
He said, and you got that factor. He said, don't lose that. He said, whatever you do, even if you don't win this competition in full, don't lose that. I also, after I won it, I got to perform for Atlantic Records. I mean, that was a big deal for me. I went all the way to Dallas and performed for one of their ARs. And I performed Ride. And he told me at the time, he was just like, I feel like you can give me more than that. He was like, I'm not saying it's a bad song at all. He said, but I know and I can feel you can give me more than that. And he said, you need to go back in the lab and work and just keep working until you find your sound.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, they gave me some good points.
Who was the A&R?
I forgot his name. Okay. I have it in my email, but I only met him one time. So, I had... but
you keep in touch with him?
No, we didn't get, no contact from him, but he did give me, a rating on my song. And he would... All I know is... It was him and 3 other guys, but he was the one that came out. But he was really a nice dude. Like, I'm not about to sit here. I'm sorry I forgot his name. I feel so bad. I forget names all the time, and I don't try to, but I do. He came out, and he was very respectful. I think that's what I was more worried about. More people that's in the industry, some of them can be very disrespectful.
Correct.
And instead of him just being like, oh, my God, you're trash. You should have done this, or he just gave me pointers and was like, keep going. Somebody going to notice you eventually. He was like, and especially because you're a female rapping like that, he was like, there's not a lot of females we know that rap like that. And not to talk about no girl, because I don't talk about girls, but the kind of music some girls do, I'm not into.
Right. Like that twerking music?
I don't do pussy popping music. I have tried to make a pussy popping song. Like, I think Her Diddy was the closest I'll get to it. And people actually like that. I don't like it. I don't know. It just don't feel like me. My artists that I really listen to: J. Cole, Sauce Walker, Kendrick. Rappers.
You're
like
a storyteller.
that. Yeah, and I love stories. I even love what's his name? Who made I can't never say that little boy last name, but Joyner Lucas.
I love Joyner Lucas music.
The favorite song is Ross. What is it? Ross Caprino or Cappuccino? I forgot what it's called. I did not know that was a real story of a little boy. Like, I don't know if you've seen the dude that he was talking about the story or whatever.
I've never seen that video, but I follow Jonah.
Oh, my God. That story broke my heart. It broke my heart. And then to see that it was an actual real story, and I seen the dude that it happened to, he had a big gash in his head. Like, it was just crazy.
So if another A&R would be like, Jazzy, we want to sign you, right, but we need more P-popping music, what would you tell him?
Man, that's a hard one. Because it's like you want to put your foot in the door, but most likely, like, even with that kind of stuff, they write that kind of music for you as long as you can rap it. If they know you're not an artist that can do that kind of sound, they're going to write it for you. So, me personally, I don't know if I would take it because I'm not in that moment yet. But I know if I can give them something similar, like if I can, like we was talking about, like the little Drake song that he did in New Orleans or whatever. If I can give him something close to that, I'll do something like that. But I know I'm never gonna be comfortable with like. I don't know why though. I don't know why I'm that kind of girl. Like most girls be like, "Oh my God, I'm a turn up. I'm a do this." Like I'm gonna be the last girl you see twerking, and it's not to say nothing wrong with twerking. It's just I'm gonna be the last girl.
Not you.
Yeah, like I did it on stage maybe a couple of months ago, and I was like, "Oh my God, I twerked on stage," and my friend was
You was
like,
feeling yourself.
Yeah, I was like, I ain't never twerked on stage. But yeah, I'm getting my daughter into music right now, so I'm working on her album.
That's good. I'd love to hear it.
She's a singer, though. She could sing her ass off.
That's good. Give me your personal opinion why performing at showcases for artists is necessary.
You never know who in the audience. And I say that because there's plenty of people I have met that I didn't know that was in the audience and gave me some kind of either guidance or told me what to do or told me how to get this or how to figure something out. I'll be like, yeah, I really mess with you. You need to do this. You need to do that. Like, you need to find this or you need to find that. And also, when I went to Coast to Coast showcase, they didn't have a lot of people in there. They had maybe, I'm going to say 30 or 40. At the most.
At that big showcase? Because that's a big showcase.
Well, at that time, Coast to Coast wasn't big. Like, not to say it wasn't as huge as it is now.
It was heavily promoted.
Yeah, it was heavily promoted, but it wasn't as huge as it was. And at that time, like I said, COVID was going on. So a lot of people didn't want to come out. A lot of people were scared of what was going on. So we didn't have a lot of people there. I met Nola over there. Shout out to Nola because I fuck with him too. Went over there and they was looking at me. And the first thing I said when I got on stage, because it wasn't even a big stage, it was a little tiny stage, it was in a little bar. And we in there, and the first thing I said, I said, I don't care if they got 1 or 1,000 people up in here. I said, we about to turn up. And they just looked at me. I said, yeah, so get out your chair. And I say that every time before I even come on, get out your chair. Why we sitting down at the
I heard you at the last showcase.
Yeah, I don't play that.
Well, I got turned on to your music at the showcase. That's where I met you at. And you said the same thing, like, well, if y'all don't, just act like y'all rock with me.
Yeah,
it's stuck with me.
You ain't got to deal with me. You ain't got to rock me all the time. But I'll tell you one thing, like, I sent my music to somebody on Cash Money. He's an AR for Cash Money, too. I forgot his name. But I met him through Clubhouse.
Okay. The Clubhouse app?
Yeah.
What you think about that, not to cut you off?
It's useful if you need it. I would say I met a lot of people and did a lot of freestyles on there for people and stuff. I'm not gonna say freestyle. I don't freestyle. Sorry.
Acapellas.
Yeah, acapellas on there.
Some acapellas.
But I did a few on there. It got me more followers. It got more people into me. It got more people asking me for different things. My sister was on it because she does a lot of makeup and stuff, and she got a lot of clients from that. So I would say it's a good marketing tool if you need to market, especially because you don't get to talk to very famous people. Like, people say, would you take the money or would you talk to Jay-Z? You can get kind of both, with that. I've heard of people getting signed off of there, Not a big deal, but a distribution. I'll take a distribution. I ain't lying.
How does Clubhouse work?
It's basically like, okay, have you been on, well, of course you know what Twitter is, but have you been on Twitter where they talk?
No.
And it's a group. Okay, so
like Spaces?
Yeah, like Spaces. So basically, you put your picture up, and it's a group chat. You can make matter of fact, you can make your own group even for your podcast. A lot of podcasts are on there. And they basically, you fill out your account. You're trying to get followers just like you do Instagram, but all you can hear is your voice. You can't see the person.
Okay.
There's no motion.
Yeah, I noticed that.
And NBA YoungBoy broke it, so I think he got like over 2 million in his little group, and like for some reason the app froze. You couldn't use it for like 3 days. He froze because they didn't think that many people would be. It wasn't built for that many people, I guess. But everybody was trying to be in his little chat room.
What they didn't have a big enough host. Is that what it would be?
I guess so. Yeah.
I think that's what it is.
It wasn't built for like an established artist like that to come in and bring all his fans.
And I think at first he didn't even have his name on there. He just had like N-O or something like no. And he was like, this YB. And everybody was like, what? So they start tagging their friends.
NBA Youngboy?
Yeah. They was like, there's no way. So he started, what he did, his mama was there. He got his mama come on. He was like, Mama, they don't believe it's me. Like, I'm not telling everybody it's me. I don't even want everybody to know I'm on this app. Because he was on house arrest, so he couldn't leave or nothing. So that's how he was talking to people. And his mom, and then she was like, yeah, that's my son. And they was like, oh my God, why he is on this? They was like, no way. He broke it. He broke it. They was tagging everybody in that little chat room.
Dang. After Legacy, you followed up with Unconditional. Could you decode that project for us?
Unconditional?
Yeah, Unconditional. Oh, it's a track?
Unconditional, I don't even know. I don't think I have a track named Unconditional.
You sure? Well, let's skip that one. Let's go with Jassy Jae. Why did you feel it was important to turn to Zydeco genre?
I love Zydeco music. I love it.
From Opelousas.
Man, I would go ride it.
Yep.
Well, see, I don't know what Lafayette call it, but we'd be like, we gonna ride that leg, baby, you know.
That was my first time hearing that. You know?
Ride the leg?
Yes.
Basically.
I'm from Sunset, right by Opelousas, and this is my
Humping in
first time
public.
hearing
That's
that.
all that is. That's humping in public. But anyway.
Oh, you're talking about dry humping.
No. Yeah. It's actually you dancing. No. Oh. It's when the dude put his leg between your legs and y'all be basically Zydecoing, but it's very close, very intimate. But
dang, on Superbad, you watched Superbad before? Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the same thing. You don't want to come out like that.
No. He wrong.
Yeah.
That girl was wrong. But no, we do that. And actually, the trail ride I was at that I shot the video, man, I was so happy. I don't think y'all know how happy I was because that video could have went so bad. I had booked somebody. And I trusted him with this project. I'm not going to say names. I never say names when it comes down to bad business. But he told me, okay, I'm going to be there, this, that, and the third. Me personally, I don't know how men do it, but I know with me as a female, I call a week ahead to make sure we still on the same page.
As you should. Right.
Yeah, because I got to get my hair, my nails done. And we can't throw on no T-shirt and jeans with some nice shoes and be like, yeah, we going to rap today. That's not the way that work with females. We got to get dolled up. So because of that, I make sure, so I got all my appointments in line. And so I called him and I'm like, hey, I'm just making sure we're good, for the video shoot, whatever. He's like, what are you talking about? I had paid him and everything. And I'm like, what are you talking about? What I'm talking about, like my video shoot. He's like, we didn't plan no video shoot. I was like, yeah, we did. We sat down. He was like, oh, we sure did. Well, I can't because my daughter got a party that day. I'm like,
what video was that?
For Jassy Jae.
So that's why there's no video release for that one?
No, there is a video.
Okay.
But what happened was they had this girl she shoot treaty videos all the time in New Orleans. Her name is Callie Kilo. Shout out to Callie. That girl is a fool with the camera. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, she get every detail, everything. Like, she nitty gritty on it, like, for real. So I'm sitting there and I'm telling her, like,
y'all have some future work?
Yeah, I have some more work with her. I told him or whatever, I'm like, well, this boy just canceled on me. I know it's gonna be last minute, but I need a videographer. I know you dope with the visuals and stuff, so I need you. So she's like, okay, cool. Where's that? So I told her where it was, and I was like, is that a trial? She's like, oh my God, I can't wait. I was like, why? She's like, I've never been to one, but I'm from Mississippi, and we real country or whatever.
Right.
And like, we don't get to do none of that, so I'm gonna be happy. So she came out. She got there before me because it's a big. I don't know if you heard of Five Brothers before.
No, where is it?
It's a big trail ride by Palmetto.
Okay, I know where Palmetto is.
It's huge though. Like, he got like 28 acres of land, so they do it all on that. They go mud riding, Zydecoing. All the Zydeco artists come out and perform from. They got food. The kids be there. It'd be nice.
You didn't get knocked off that bull?
She tried to for the visual, and I said I'm not getting knocked off because I was like, I'm gonna break a nail. But all the people you see on there in the front, that's my children's cousins, my baby daddy cousins.
Okay.
So they all
support system.
Yeah, and then I got to perform after that.
Look, you said you didn't twerk your.
I had to for the the video. I become different on camera,
Now this trail ride, Five Brothers.
It's huge.
Is it coming back?
Yeah, it just happened. It just passed. I want to say like maybe 3 weeks ago.
Oh, really?
It just passed, yeah. Because they asked me if I was coming, but my little cousin had passed. So I was like, no, I can't come. Yeah. Shout out to Ari. I miss her, though. But she came out, and she got there before me. So she did like all the visuals when it was light outside. She got people on the thing. I'm like, girl, I wouldn't even thought about none of that. Like me, I was just like, let's just get on stage. You just film me about people. Like I wasn't even thinking about none of the stuff she was thinking. But she got every visual to make that video come alive. And I was like, this was the best accident ever. Like it was the greatest thing ever because it introduced me to somebody. And I'm like, she just a fool with it. She also did my other video, Attraction. That's one of my favorites. I love Attraction.
You love it?
Yeah, Go Yellow was in that one too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, juice, clothing, music, you got your hand in all these different pots, right? So, do you find that to be a strength of yours, or do you ever worry that you're spreading yourself too thin and not focusing on just one thing and gassing that one thing up?
I feel like if I focus on one thing, I go crazy. I don't know. I know that makes it's weird, but like when I was a kid, like I told you, I was in volleyball. I was a softball player, and God, I miss softball. But I was a softball player, volleyball player. I also was in speech debate. I also was in math, and then I had a law program I was in also, and then I was doing stuff with my mama church. So I was always well-rounded all the time, including my schoolwork, you know. So like when I just do one thing, it make my brain feel weird because I'm not doing multiple things. So no, I just learned how to plan around everything. I think the biggest thing that's been a very much like great thing for me is working with other people, like actually recording other people. I haven't recorded any girls yet, so if any girls would like to get recorded, come holler at me. But
ASAP.
Yeah. I don't know. My friend said the same thing. He records people, and he said, I mostly get girls. Like, I don't know if it's the opposite thing. I don't know what it is. But I did AOBJ. A guy called himself JoJo. I've recorded Youngin before. I don't know if you even know these people. My little brother, I've recorded him, but he don't count. He's little. Baby T and Amar. I don't know if you know Mar. Mar is from Opelousas.
No, I don't know none of these guys.
Yeah, I didn't record a lot of people around here. It don't feel like that many. But
All right. I don't want to forget on it. We have to touch on it. I know it's a song that holds close to you, please.
It does. So I made Ride with NJ. And I wrote this song. I was in a sad place. And a lot of people wouldn't think it from the song, you know. I was in a sad place because I don't know if y'all know, but my child's father passed away due to suicide.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. So back in 19 is kind of when I started doing music, because at one time he I'm not going to say he was controlling because I don't like to put a bad name on him, but
he was dominant.
Yeah, he didn't like me doing that because it was a male-dominated industry. Still is, but like he didn't want me around men. That's just the big thing. So I'll say when he passes, like that old person I was passed to is like, I'm going to do what I want to do now. Like I need to focus on me. Life is too short to be worried about everybody else. So I was talking to NJ when I made Legacy, and he was like, you need to sit down and make a real song like you really gonna like and that everybody gonna vibe with, you know, like a vibe song. Now, I even told Soundblend this. I don't know if y'all know Soundblend.
I know Soundblend. Shout out Soundblend.
Yeah. And Stay Loyal. Yep. Y'all really they be helping me. That's all I'm gonna say.
I was gonna ask you what's your relationship with Stay Loyal and Soundblend.
I'm not gonna say.
But we're not gonna skip it.
Yeah,
finish with.
Okay, let me finish with Ride.
We'll get to it.
So, when I was depressed, and me and him would go through it because we was depression partners. That's what we used to call each other. We gonna keep each other alive. That's what we used to say. We would go ride from Port Barry. I don't know if you know what Port Barry is.
I know what it is.
We would ride from Port Barry all the way to Baton Rouge, come all the way back just to clear our heads, and we would talk and laugh and clown and everything.
Why Port Barry?
That's where we lived at the time, yeah.
You're a true St. Landry Parish girl. You can say you're from Lafayette and this and that.
VZ, baby.
You are from St. Landry Parish.
I feel like, okay, so look, my mom was very strict and my daddy wasn't. So, like, when I went with my dad, I grew up more around the St. Landry people because it's like my dad would let me go places. My mom was like, no, stay home. So it's not that I didn't want to. It's just I didn't have the chance to. Okay. I would see people like at dances and stuff, but I don't. The most memories I have around here was very stuff I can't speak on. But anyway, so that song basically took me from thinking about all the things we used to do, how we used to have fun, and how that was like a main factor. And like even to this day, if I have a bad day, I go ride all day. It don't matter if I waste no gas. I don't give a damn about no gas. But I'll ride to BR, I'll ride to New Orleans, I'll come back home. And I don't have to stop. I just stop, get gas, come back home. It's just to clear my head. But that's where that song kind of evolved from. Like, I was riding with my best friend all the time. Me and him was always on the go. You know? A lot of people don't even know that. I've never really told that story.
Well, I'm glad you shared it with us. Over here at the Poker Room Podcast.
Yeah.
Kenny Cash Network, lovely studios.
Great studio.
But also, before we forget, what is your relationship with Stay Lawyer Radio and Sound Blend?
Okay, a lot of people don't even know this either. I don't know if Stay Lawyer know this. I don't know if he know that. But when I did my first showcase, it was at his.
Okay.
And I never had performed in Lafayette at all. Like, I had performed in New Orleans for Coast to Coast. I had performed in Alabama. I had performed in Texas. I had performed in Georgia. I had never performed in my own state. And he asked me why. Like, I remember me asking, like, can I perform for your showcase? He said, yeah. But he asked me, I've never seen you before. Like, why you've never been around here? And I'm like, you know, I said, my daddy always told me something. If you could validate yourself somewhere else, then people at home have no other choice but to validate you at home. You know, home is the worst place to get critical because people really know you, you know, from little. So I was like, before I go to my peers, I want to see. Well,
they think they know you.
Well, that too. But I was like, before I go anywhere else, let me see how strangers react to me first. And if they can get a grasp on me, then maybe my own kind, you know, my own people gonna get a grasp on me. I went there. I performed 2 songs. The first song, nobody was listening to.
Is this it?
No, that's not it. You got to go way back.
Well, this is a Stay Loyal showcase, though.
It was actually a competition showcase. You see the dude on stage, him and Stay Loyal was having a battle between artists. I was on Stay Loyal.
Where's this at?
At Club Real.
On Simcoe.
Yeah.
So this was Sound Blend versus Stay Lawyer? Was it that one?
It wasn't Sound Blend. I forgot his name, but it wasn't Sound Blend. Man, I hate that I forget names. It's so horrible. It makes other people feel like I don't notice them, but I do. I just have a bad short-term memory.
No, well, you're multitasking and you have a lot going on, so.
Yeah, but he cool people too, because he even tried to take me on tour, the other dude. But I was on Stay Loyal side, and Stay Loyal was laughing. He was like, Jazz the only girl that I be vouching for. But went to his showcase the first time, and I was nervous, y'all. So I'm on stage. I did my first song. Everybody talking to everybody. Nobody even paying me no mind. Then I played Attraction, and at this time I hadn't had my feature on. It was just my bars or whatever. And, you know, people was kind of into it, but no. So the last song I did was No Time for Games. And that's one of my favorite songs because it just, I don't know, I feel like that was like me getting to the gritty, you know? I performed that song, and by the end of the song, I can hear everybody in the audience, no time for games. I can hear them, like, singing it back to me. I cried after that performance. Like, nobody know. I cried because I was like, I have never heard nobody sing my lyrics before. And he came up to me right afterward. He was like, where you from? I was like, I'm from Lafayette. He was like, I ain't never seen you out here. I was like, yeah, I'm from here. And he was like, look, whenever I have a showcase, he said, because I don't work with a lot of females. He's like, even my wife, you know, looked at you and was like, that girl got some talent, you know. And then after that, I got like 5 other people that was trying to do songs with me that night. So it was just like more of a validation thing. It was like, damn, I really worked myself up to get to this point where I could be in front of my people. Because a lot of people don't know, but like when I was in school, a lot of people didn't mess with me. They still kind of don't, you know what I'm saying? But when I was in school, I was not shy, but I feel like I didn't get like the recognition I needed. Even like with band and stuff, like there was times I tried out for solos and all kind of stuff, but they wouldn't give it to me because this person parent was on the
favoritism.
committee.
They knew somebody.
Yeah, it was always that.
Politics.
And nobody really knew of me. Most people know my family out here. They don't know me. They know my family. So, like, I can go anywhere. My grandma name, her name rang everywhere.
Dang.
Yeah, because she was a Zeta. She taught for like 35 years. She was always in some club. Like, my grandmother did a lot.
Well, I could tell you come from educational people.
Oh, yeah. All my family teachers.
Yeah, you have sense. Yeah, you have all your sense.
Oh, yeah.
And we rock with you.
Yeah, that's good. I hope to be on another one.
Most definitely will. Now, after you released the video for Ride, I noticed instead of dropping the EPs, you started going single for single.
Yeah, a few singles after that. I was trying to focus on Promised Land. Nothing is wrong with none of my other albums, but I wanted some cohesion. Mm-hmm. You know, I wanted it to feel like a real project, if that makes sense.
It does.
And
what you wanted in a sequence?
Not even in sequence. Like, you know how you go on a Drake or Nicki album, and you can tell like it's a put together album, not that it was just songs thrown on an album.
Okay, yeah.
I felt like, and it's not to say that those were like that, but I felt that way internally. Like it needs a bridge, it needs a gap. So
it needs to tell the story from the beginning to the end.
To the end, right?
And be sequenced and track for track. Like,
correct.
Telling the story
and I wanted it to be so crispy because people can't hear errors in music. We can hear it because you're the artist. You know what it was supposed to sound like or what it should have been.
Factory.
So if I sit there and I show a song, somebody be like, "Oh my God, that's a banger," but I'm hearing, "Oh my God, I can hear buzzing in the back. Oh my God, I can hear I breathe. I put too many breaths in there." You know, I can hear that. They can't hear it, but I can. So I call Promised Man my perfection album. Because it's like I went through every song and made sure that it made sense in that album. I can listen to that whole album front to back every day. I can't do that with the rest of them. I can pick and choose which songs I like, but I can't do that for everyone. So, like, when I put out an album or any kind of project, I like to make sure I personally can listen to front to back without saying anything wrong with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some Shit I Borrowed is Some Shit I Borrowed mixtape.
It's coming out.
Now, the name, Some Shit I Borrowed, is it because you're borrowing beats? Oh,
yeah.
I figured.
Yeah. I kind of did like a no ceilings play.
Okay.
Yeah. So I took a couple beats. I even took one beat from a dude out here. He a local artist. Hard Body D.
Hard Body D.
I don't know.
St. Martinville?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
He kind of
Hard Body D get on the show.
Yeah, he kind of getting big too.
Yeah,
I'm
I know you're talking
proud of him.
about.
Yeah. I put him on there on one of them because I did a freestyle to one of his little competitions he just had. So I'm gonna throw it on there because I liked my little freestyle on there. Like, so him, I did I think the Tomorrow beat from Cardi B and what's her name, Glorilla. I always say her name wrong.
So you blessed it?
Yeah, I blessed a few. And they got another one I'm trying to do. I have 2 more that I have to add, and I got like 3 days. So I'm working. It's going to be between 7 and 8 tracks. That's what I'm trying to do, 7 to 8. Nothing huge. And then after that, I've been working on Tragic Weekends. That's my next one. I can't wait.
Do you have a release date for it?
I'm trying to release it at the end of March. That's all I know.
Okay, spring project.
Yeah, because I know in April I have surgery. So, like, right now I'm stacking up on videos, shoots, and stuff.
Okay, so you could be home relaxing and healing.
But still
and
dropping
still have craft
music.
and content.
Yeah. I told somebody and it was like, why you on like 8 videos? What you need 8? I'm like, I got to drop content. You know, well, I know I'm going to be healing and I can't do much. So, you know, and don't think I'm going to get a BBL. My booty always been big. Don't do that.
What's next for Jassy Jae?
I'm trying to go to Atlanta. I've been in talks with this girl named Carisha. She's a blogger. She has a lot of pull with a lot of artists out there. I recently talked to Fredo's manager trying to get a feature from him. They told me pricing and stuff. So if I can make a way, you know, that'll be next.
Well, you're going to make a way. Don't forget about us in the 337.
Oh, never will. Y'all made me. That's how I feel about everything. I don't forget about nobody, though, because, you know, let me tell you something. I even tell you something about
just their names sometimes.
Not just their names. That's it. That's all you going to
Just their names.
I'll tell you this, though. Out of every showcase, ask how many people gave away what I gave away. You know, like, people was looking at me like I was crazy. Like, why are you giving all that? I'm like, you know, there's some things in life that I know as an artist, as a struggling artist, there's certain things you can't do all the time. You know, you can't always get a video shoot. You can't always get studio time. You can't always get on a record on the radio. You can't always do that. So I offer them free studio time. They get a free video, 4K shot, you know, and they also get a record on the radio, $500, whatever you need that for, whether that be clothes, gear, I don't know, paying for somebody to come there, you know, whatever, to make your stuff lit, cool, and you get a chain.
And this is the prize at your showcase?
Yeah, that's all the prizes for the first place winner.
Okay.
Yeah. Exposure is one thing, you know, like I tell everybody, I had Dead End Scrooge. I don't know.
I heard of Dead End Scrooge.
That's my dog.
Yeah.
Man. Like, no, that's like my dog.
I know who he is.
Yeah. He came perform at my showcase as the what you call that? The main line, the main headline or whatever. Okay. Me and Karma opened up for him, and he told me, like, personally, he was like, son. I was like, well, he was like, I ain't never performed before. That was my first performance. So he was like, man, shout out to you. You know what I'm saying? He was like, I just really don't be getting on stage like that. I was like, well, you need to start to. So I be telling him all the time, like, I be talking to him, Kilo Dior. I don't know if you know Kilo. He don't perform a lot, but that's a person. I'm going to be very, you know how Tory getting, I'm not being mean. I don't know what's going to happen to Tory. I don't know. Free Tory, sorry. Anyway, but if Tory Lanez do whatever happens, because I don't speak nothing into the future, he the next Tory.
That's big things. That's big words.
I'm not lying to you. The boy right now, I'm going to say right now, that boy has over 83 tracks just waiting. Like, he hasn't released no video. He maybe released 2 songs, but he got so much work, and, like, man, it's crazy. Mac got like 3 albums he haven't released. There's things I know, you know what I'm saying? And I'm putting it on Front Street because I want people to know. I be knowing the people that really be working.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Really behind the scenes,
that's
real
really
artists really can do it.
Yeah, like, I know dudes clock out 9 to 5, go spend time with their kids, come back, shoot a video, then go back in the studio and ain't slept. You know what I'm saying? And if you got the same grind I got, I'm always going to support you. Rack Life, Nene, Fluff, Karma, if I missed anybody, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, but all them people, y'all all need to, like, get it together. Youngin too, because Youngin be working his butt off, bro. That's one producer I met on accident, went to the showcase, and me and him became good friends, you know? He's a good man. It's just crazy how many people you meet, and you be like, man, you should be on the radio, you should be signed by now, you know?
It takes time.
Yeah, I know.
A little hard work and dedication.
Grind.
Just keep putting it in.
Oh, I know. Like I said, I know I'm trying to go to ATL, but I know I'm going to do
Well, you know you're going to ATL.
I'm doing a trial and error first, if that makes sense.
You'll go for a month, see if you like it.
3 months. I'm going to do 3 months.
90 days?
Yeah. Because my children they be off for summer break. So usually for the summer, they be with their grandparents.
Okay.
So I'm going to probably make my way out there in the summer. And I'll be healed up by then, too. I'm sorry. I'm so happy. So I'm going to go out there, and I have a lot of people that even do showcases with me. They have a DJ out there that used to be Baby DJ before Baby got signed. I met him before. It's a lot of people I met on accident, though. You know, that's what's crazy. I was always late for something, but meeting somebody at that time. So it's like, oh, I'm late. And they be like, oh, I know you because I seen you on this thing, or I seen somebody post you, or this, that, and the third. And I was like, oh, good. I know this person. I'm going to link y'all up. You know, it's always something like that, and I love it so much because it'd be like God put you in the right place at the right time, even when you don't think it's the right time. So, yeah.
Well, that's good. We'll see you in Atlanta and continue your journey.
Yeah, man. If I ever, you know, and I don't like to say if I ever, I like to say when. When I do make it, especially like you, Sound Blend, Stay Loyal, like all the people that's really supporting me and put me on that back burner to really push me forward. Like, man, y'all got free tickets anytime. I don't give a damn what nobody talking about. They ain't got your passes at the door. Call me. I'm coming off stage.
I appreciate it. and it's likewise.
Yeah, seriously, because I see the good in people. You know what I'm saying? There's some people that's done me dirty. There's like, okay, for instance, and I'm not gonna say names. There's a celebrity person you know, that was supposed to do something for me, a favor for them. I paid them. I pay everybody. You know, even if you my friend and you be like, Jazz, I need a feature or whatever, or you can come do a feature with me or whatever, I'm still going to pay you. Because I feel like you worth that. I'm not going to pay somebody I don't know. I love to pay people I know.
Right.
So I paid him, I think the deposit was like $700, and then I had to pay like $300 because he was very affiliated with a lot of people, you know. He even invited me to do a show for him and stuff, and so I wasn't really mad about it. And he never showed. He never showed up, never got my money back. They played the runaround game with me. I had to figure it out within 3 hours on how I was going to get a DJ there. I was in my head crying, but I'm like, I got people who paid money to do this. I have people. I set this whole thing up. Nobody's going to take me out that era. Nobody's going to put me in that. So, shout out to Mickey Guns.
Shout out to Mickey.
Because Mickey came through for me. I ain't going to lie. He set up his stuff, did what he had to do, and he rocked that bitch. I was so happy. I was just like, man, you don't know. And I paid him too, you know. I was just happy for that. I'm like, man, you just don't know. He was like, man, you didn't even have to. I'm like, man, Mickey, look. I don't know him. I know him through Mac. So, like, that's one of his best friends. So I was like, man, thank y'all so much because y'all just don't know. He was like, man, we not going to let you fail, bro. That's wrong of that person. But just know karma got to come back around because he going to need you for something.
Right.
And I'm like, no, I don't think. He said, he going to need you for something. You never know how big. He said, when you get big and he want to DJ for you, make him pay a deposit.
Right. Right.
I said, I'm not even evil like that.
Well, the music industry can be a shady business.
It
at
is.
times.
I feel like for females it's harder. I try my best because you got to compete with dudes a little bit, you know, and it's not really a competition to me because I be feeling like some people don't deserve the platforms they on. I'm never going to say names. There's some girls that I feel like that should be way out there more than other people. Like, Amaretta don't get her flowers. That girl's...
I like Amaretta.
That girl, dog, bro. She don't get her flowers, though, you know. She gets some media and stuff like that, but it's just certain artists that you can see. What's the other one name that signed to J. Cole? Ariana Lennox. Don't get her flowers.
I think my girl don't get her flowers. Amani Caesar.
Her, too.
You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, with West Side Gun.
Yeah.
I like her.
She cool.
Mm-hmm.
And I know they just signed Young Thug old label just signed A&R. She a cool. I like her. She be whispering on the mic. I like that. That's kind of creepy. I like her though. Like there's certain girls I like. I have no shade against Glorilla or nothing like that. I'm just not I'm not like a oh my God Ride or Die fan. You know. She has some good points. You know, like some of her music is cool. Some of it I don't agree with. But you know how that go. The industry is different. I seen, you know, how it changed her friendship and stuff. It's kind of crazy, man. That's why I be telling people, you got to have good people around you because...
Have to.
Man, people switch up on you so fast. And I said that, like, when they showed her getting on a plane and signing whatever, I'm like, all them girls. If you could look... I don't know if y'all ever looked at that video. Have you ever looked at that video?
I did.
When you focus on the video or whatever... You could see all her friends looking to see if she's signing. Not to see, like, to hype her up, like, oh, my God, my girl. They're all looking like, please sign the dotted line. Please sign, because we going to be on. Like, this not even about y'all.
Right.
This about, like, my best friend, she's a choreographer. She already know. If I make it, she made it, too. My other one, she a makeup artist. You my makeup artist and you my choreographer. There's no in between. Another one, Josh Calhoun. Shout out to Josh. He choreographed my dance for Ride. Mm-hmm. And stuff like that. So just different things. Like, you know who to rock with and you know who don't.
Yep, that's correct. Well, I'm host Pakman James.
And I'm Jassy Jae. Please follow me at JASSYJAE101 on Instagram.
The Poker Room Podcast on Acadiana Cast Networks. And we're out.
This podcast is part of the Acadiana Cast Network. Go to acadianacast.com for more locally sourced content.